Hey guys, welcome to the Survivor Series 2009 pay-per-view review. I thought it was a pretty good Survivor Series. I have to say, it definitely felt like a Survivor Series. I thought the Survivor Series theme was relevant throughout the whole show from top to bottom. From the opening match all the way to the triple threat match, it actually felt like, Survivor Series type of theme. The build-up for the traditional Survivor Series matches was pretty good this year. I thought they made a lot of sense. Miz and Morrison, there's some history there. Then you got guys that are basically feuding with each other, so that made sense. And then Orton versus Kofi, I thought the whole feud was pretty well built up. And then you had certain guys like Punk and Punk and R-Truth, and then Regal and Christian. So actual guys did have issues with each other. So I think it did work. I think the build-up was pretty decent for those matches. So the first traditional Survivor Series match that opened the show was actually Team Miz versus Team Morrison. Morrison had John Morrison, Matt Sydal, Evan Bourne, Finlay, Matt Hardy, and who's the other guy I'm looking for? All right, well, the Miz had Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler. This is a bitch. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And the other guy missing from John Morrison's team is Shelton Benjamin. Okay, this is a very good match. It was a great way to showcase the younger WWE talent. I really thought, watching this match, I felt like, wow, the future of the WWE is in pretty good hands. I mean, a lot of these guys can really go. And I see a lot of potential there. Some of the guys really impressed me. Matt Sydal really impressed me. Shelton Benjamin as a face, I think, definitely works better. Sheamus really didn't do that much, but while he was in there, he was made to look really strong and really dominant. I thought Morrison looked good. I think Morrison's going to be a future champion one day. He got a great pop when he came out. So yeah, Matt Hardy and Finlay, they've kind of played the veteran role. So, but Drew McIntyre, you could definitely see why Vince McMahon likes him. He's got a great size. He's got a unique look. So I can see why Vince is high on him, but I just don't think the guy is really championship material. But we'll have to wait and see on that. As far as The Miz, I think The Miz is on fire right now. I think his heel persona is definitely catching on with the fans, and he's pretty over as well. So this is a very nice match. Kind of disappointed that Morrison didn't do more of a comeback because it basically the sole survivors were McIntyre, Miz, and Sheamus. So yeah, this is a very solid match. I really like this. I thought all the talent really shined in this match. Batista versus Rey Mysterio. Basically, this was just about establishing Batista as more of a dominant heel. He really just beat the crap out of Mysterio. Mysterio got some offense in. He hit a series of 619s, but then Batista did a series of Batista bombs. So yeah, Mysterio basically just passed out, sort of like the way Brock Lesnar made Jeff Hardy pass out when Brock Lesnar debuted at Backlash 2002. So it was kind of reminiscent of that. That's what it reminded me of. So they're definitely trying to make Batista out to be a dominant heel, kind of like Brock Lesnar, and I think that's the right way to do it. This really, I'm sure some of you guys were disappointed because I think Batista and Mysterio could have a great match, but obviously they're building up to that. So I think that this is the right way to do it, though. But this is like a fun squash match, and Mysterio did get some offense in. So, all right, the next Survivor Series elimination match was Randy Orton's team versus Kofi Kingston's team. It was Orton, Legacy, CM Punk versus Kofi, Mark Henry, MVP, R-Truth, and Christian. And the funniest part of the pay-per-view was actually backstage segment with Christian and everyone from Kofi Kingston's team. Now, Christian was the only black guy, so he was acting kind of hesitant to to talk with the rest of the guys. So then he came out and said, there's something not right here. Then he kept saying, it's because I'm from ECW. And everyone was like, oh. And he's like, oh, it's because I'm Canadian. And then eventually started rapping, and then he finally admitted it's because he was the only white guy. So I thought that was a pretty funny segment. But this actual match was pretty good. It was really entertaining. The offense was pretty good. Mark Henry got eliminated first, and then just a lot of great stuff. Orton looked good here. Orton was really over. And then eventually it did come down to Christian looked great here too. I really think Christian should be a main eventer. I think he should definitely main event a WrestleMania against Christian. That's my main event for WrestleMania. I think that should happen at WrestleMania. But yeah, eventually it did come down to Kofi and versus Punk and Orton. I thought Kofi and Punk put on a solid match. While Kofi and Punk were going at it, Orton looked like he was going to leave and go back to the locker room. Like he didn't really give a shit. But basically, he was just kind of distracting. He was trying to distract Kofi uh, during this time. But yeah, Kofi hit this really sweet move on Punk to put him away, and then Orton came right in, and then Kofi saw him coming, and then he just did his finisher right on Orton, and then that was it. So Kofi actually went over here. I think it worked though, because you really didn't see Kofi and Orton go at it, but it definitely did advance their feud, advance their storyline a little bit. So definitely, this really adds more heat to their feud. So I thought it definitely worked. This is a solid Survivor Series match. Both Survivor Series matches were the traditional matches. I thought they came off really pretty good. Definitely the highlights of the show. And then the next match was Undertaker defending the world title against the Big Show and Chris Jericho. I have to say, I really did not like the way how this was booked. I mean, I didn't like the fact that the Big Show was booked in this match. I think Punk definitely deserves to be in this match, but I understand that Big Show and Jericho are tag team champions, so for storyline reasons, I guess it did make sense to book it this way, but I don't know. I just don't think the Big Show at this stage of his career deserves to be in world title matches. And if you guys disagree with me if you want it, but face facts, this match was not that good. It just did not deliver. And I don't know. I thought it sucked that Big Show was booked in the Triple Threat at WrestleMania. Now he's booked for one of Survivor Series. So I don't know. I don't want to bitch about it too much, and I know Taker and Big Show have had pretty good pay-per-view matches, but in my opinion, that a lot of that has to do with Taker just busting his ass to make those matches work. So, I thought the actual chemistry between Jericho and Undertaker was kind of disappointing, but you can't really fully judge it until those guys are one-on-one on a pay-per-view. So, but I don't know. It started to get good. Jericho actually counted the last ride by hitting Taker with the title belt. So that was a pretty good spot. And then eventually, I don't know, Big Show just looked really sluggish in this match. But eventually, Taker actually made Big Show pass out with the Hell's Gate submission hold. It was starting to get pretty good, but then Big Show tapped. I thought maybe if Jericho saved it, it could have really escalated into the 3.5-star level. But I was kind of disappointed Jericho didn't win the belt. I really had the feeling Jericho was going to win because I think he's really hitting his stride as a heel. Well, he's always been hitting his stride as a heel, but I don't know. It just seemed like they were going to put the title on him again, but that didn't happen. So the women's match, the women's Survivor Series match was pretty good. It was really easy to sit through. Some of the women looked impressive. Some really didn't, but I thought Gail Kim looked more impressive than anyone for the short time she was in there. Melina looked pretty good. Melina was actually the sole survivor. So this is a pretty fun match. Nice and easy to sit through. The eliminations were crisp and fast. So now the main event, we get Shawn Michaels, Triple H versus the WWE Champion Cena in a triple threat match. I thought this was excellent. Match of the night. I gave it 4 1/4 stars. Really started off with the bang. It looked like DX was going to work together, and then Shawn Michaels actually super kicked Triple H right in the face, and really did not expect that. The crowd was going crazy when that happened. And I definitely think that's a sign that Triple H definitely needs to turn heel if the fans were that happy to see Shawn Michaels kick Triple H right in the face. So, and I definitely don't think it had anything to do with them wanting Cena to win this match. So then it was Cena and HBK for a while, and then when Triple H got back up, he just did the spine buster to Shawn Michaels right through the table. I thought that was an awesome spot because Triple H actually looked like the aggressive heel from 2001, 2000, or whatever. But this was pretty good. The drama was pretty good. The anticipation to see who would win this match was definitely there. The near falls were crazy. This really exciting stuff. It looked like Shawn was actually going to tap at one point to the STFU, and then eventually Shawn actually hit the super kick. he actually super kicked Triple H, and Triple H fell onto Cena. Looked like we were going to get the Backlash 2007 ending, but then thank God Cena kicked out, and then there was a nice spot with Triple H going for the pedigree, and then Shawn super kicked Triple H right in the face, and then Cena did the FU to Shawn Michaels, and then Shawn landed on Triple H, and then Cena actually pinned Triple H to get the win. So Cena retained here. Definitely, I don't see any Shawn Michaels Triple H. I don't think this is going to lead to them splitting up at all. I really don't. I think this was just done for this match. So I think DX is going to keep on going. Like I said, Survivor Series is pretty good this year. It felt like a Survivor Series. I would definitely check it out on DVD. It's a very good show. All right.